Hello, everybody. All right. Hello. All right, guys, we're going to get this started very soon. I'm going to fix a few things in here. All right, awesome. Welcome, guys. I will be right back. I'm going to go grab something. Make sure you guys are ready. Make sure you invite your team. Make sure they know that we're having this. I'm going to go hop on our team page and remind everybody. All right, awesome. Welcome, guys. Remind your teams. I'll be right back. All right. I'm excited. We got 2 minutes, guys. We're going to get started. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Can you guys, let's see, let me get back to my comments. Perfect. All right, I'm in chat. So for those of you guys that are just joining us, hi, Andrea. Hi, Chantel. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Custine. You guys, do me a favor. Make sure you remind your teams about this. I know Sunday nights sometimes are hard, but I thought it is exactly when I plan my week out. So why not do it right when I'm planning to do my planning anyways? Make it easy and do it all at once. So remind everybody to join us. I mean, this is the way I view calendar planning, and my personal opinion is that, you know, if you have a family, which I know a lot of you guys do, if you have kids, you don't just like go through the week without knowing your plan, right? You have everything planned out. If they have homework, if they have projects, if they have assignments, if they have games, if they have practices, it goes on the calendar. So there's no difference between that and us planning our own business, our own work, and especially if we have big goals for 2018. So we're going to get this started in about 1 minute, and we are recording it as well. So we'll make sure we can get out to those who could not join us today. Is that Kelly Hoover? Hi, Kelly. How are you? How did vision board night go?
Oh, it went good. Am I oh, I'm not muted, am I? Oh, I think
I just unmuted you.
oh, okay. I was like, I think I'm logged in on Elisa's thing because that's what's saved. It went great. We had a great I can't wait for you to see all the vision boards. They're gonna be posted on the team page. It was awesome.
We have till Monday to enter my contest on our team page, so make sure they do it.
Good. I'll make sure that they do. Thank you.
I see Ryan. I see Kelly. I love watching you guys like get yourself set up for Zoom because this is what it looks like. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Everyone's like moving their stuff around. It's hilarious. I love it. So funny. All right, awesome. I'm going to mute you, Kelly, but I might be asking you some questions. So
okay, I'm ready.
Actually, Kelly, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Because what you guys, this right at 8 o'clock, guys, we're doing this all about calendar planning tonight. But before we get started, I kind of want to intro why I think this is so important. And Kelly and I were talking the other day, and she was saying that when she first started really running with this business last year, when she left corporate America and said, this is it, this is what I'm going to do full time. I'm going to, this is how I'm going to provide for my family, but also how I'm going to have that financial, but time freedom with my kids. And she said there was a lot of calendar calls at the time. Beth and I used to do a lot of them together. And one of the things that I think is so interesting that I want you to share with everybody is that honest truth of sometimes we do have to run, right? Sometimes we have to be all in 100%. But even in those times, we still have to make sure that we're scheduling. It might not be so much of scheduling when I'm going to do my business. It might be scheduling when you're going to hang out with your family. Right? And you've had moments in your business over the last couple of years where you've had to be like, whoa, I'm realizing I'm not scheduling things the way I should be. and I'm not balancing that the way I should be. So really quick, just give a quick intro about why you think it's so important and maybe a quick tip before I get started.
Yeah, so I love the fact of the calendar blocking. When I first joined the company, like Blair said, I really learned a lot. I've always been a scheduler, I've always been a calendar person, but I really learned about how you can get a lot accomplished if you live by what your plan is. And so personally for me, when I was running for 200K, the business that was more important than some things. I mean, I did sacrifice, and you do make sacrifice depending on where you are at that point in your life and where you are with your goals. And that I knew getting to a certain goal for me was going to be able to provide for my family, which in turn I could then flip flop. So I think it's, for me, the one thing I have learned that I know Blair will teach us, but it's time blocking. It's doing it on Sunday. But my challenge this year is sticking to it and making sure that if this is the section that I have blocked for certain, that is what I'm doing, that I'm not crisscrossing and overlapping. So that's what I would open your heart and your mind up to taking away from tonight.
Thank you, girl. Love that. Now I got to find your cute little face up here. There you are, so I can meet you out. All right. Awesome, guys. I'm excited about this today. Let's see. I can't see myself. Is that weird? How do I go back to myself? Okay, there we go. Good. All right. So what I love about calendar planning is that it is really all about being focused on the end result, right? You can plan your calendar, you can time block, but what is it really about? It's about setting a goal and wanting to achieve it. So one of my favorite all-time quotes, and it's all over my calendar every single year that I start a new year, is a goal without a plan is just a wish, right? And that's why a lot of you guys have been working on your vision board. And I'm so proud of those of you that have. Those of you that are on Team Thrive for Freedom, make sure you go on our Facebook team page and post a picture of your vision board underneath that thread, because we're pulling a name for a Visa gift card just for doing that activity. Why? Because it gets you focused. It makes you dig a little bit deeper and think about, what do I want to achieve this year? Once you have that goal, you have to have a plan, or it's just a wish. Another quote that I absolutely love, and I think it's so perfect timing, because there is a movie out right now, I think, about Winston Churchill. Or maybe I'm getting the name wrong. I think it is Winston Churchill. But anyways, I love this quote of his. It says, plans are of little importance, but planning is essential. So listen to that again. Plans are of little importance, but planning is essential. So it's really about making sure that you plan for what you want to achieve and break it down, guys. Okay. So first and foremost, I'm going to kind of go through calendar blocking tonight, and I broke this up into 2 sessions. So this tonight will be more about calendar blocking, how to set the daily activities that we know we need to do with our business. And I'm going to show you how I do my calendar after I talk about calendar, after I talk about time blocking. But then I'm also going to talk about how to utilize it if you're working full time, because I know a lot of you guys do work full time and you're doing this business because maybe you're creating a different future for yourself, or you're just wanting some extra income, or you're just wanting your car paid for, or some fun trips, or you just really enjoy the business. There's all different reasons that people join this, but you still got to get yourself organized. You still have to have a goal, and remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So I will break down what I do. I will break down time blocking, but I'll also help those of you that are working full time. And then the Saints won. Sorry, I made my kids come tell me. So much better. I wanted the Panthers to win, Kelly. I love my Southern peeps. Oh, so mad. All right, sorry. So anyways, I am next Sunday at 8 p.m. going to be going deeper, guys. So if you are a leader or you want to be a leader this year, I really suggest you being on next week as well, because I will be breaking down the things that you need to have on your calendar for the full month to check in with your team, to check in with your customers, to check in with all those different things. I'm not going to get that nitty gritty tonight. Tonight's going to be more about time blocking. If you guys have never seen my time blocking calendar planning sheet, I will be posting it on Team Thrive for Freedom, the Race to 80K, Race to 200K, Beth's team page, Kelly's team page, Amber's team page, like all the team pages that I'm on, Julie Burton's team page, all of those, I will post it on there because I really created that last year because so many people were like, I don't even know what to focus on when I'm time blocking. But here's my true what has worked for me, and you guys, it has worked not just in this business. Before this business, a lot of you may or may not know this, but I was selling jewelry. And when I was selling jewelry, I did like 12 trunk shows a month. Now, on top of doing 12 trunk shows a month, you have about 8 to 10 people that show up at every single trunk show, and you got to follow up with them. You got to check and make sure the order came in. You got to make sure they love it. You got to try to book a party with them. You got to follow up with all of their people. It's a lot of follow-up. Okay, this is way less follow-up and reach outs than I ever did in that party planning business. But I realized I had to time block it, because the whole reason that I did that business and the whole reason I do this business is because I personally want to create financial freedom. But more importantly, I want to be home with my kids. I want to enjoy my family. I want to enjoy my husband. I want to enjoy my kids. I want to enjoy my friends. I want to enjoy my life. Okay. And I don't want to be where I'm constantly feeling like I'm being reactive. And I'll say this, you guys, I work a lot. I love my business. I love working my business. When I was running to 200K, you better believe that I was working more than 40 hours a week on my business. But I'll tell you this, I wasn't reactive all the time. Sometimes you have to be reactive, right? You got some new promoters, they're running for VIP. Of course, you're going to pick up your text messages every single time it goes off. Of course, you're going to answer those messages. You're going to pick up the phone when they try to get you on a 3-way call immediately. But the rest of the time, I'm working proactively, and it's on my calendar, and I know what I need to do, so that a list like this, okay, and if you guys haven't seen this, it's in the We Thrive Vault. I'm loving this new one. This is my new follow-up, and I'm highlighting the people who are in the customer group. See that, guys? I'm highlighting the people who are in the customer group. Great tip right there, organization tip, because it was starting to drive me crazy trying to figure out who was in it and who wasn't. But what I've done is I've realized that if I don't have on my calendar when I'm, going through these lists, then it doesn't get done. And then all of a sudden 2-3 weeks go by and I'm freaking out. Okay. Then do not lie. There are a lot of you on here that are like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm freaking out because I never followed up with that sampler, money down the toilet. I'm freaking out because this person got their product in the mail. They started on it the wrong way, and now they're having a horrible reaction to the product and they hate it and they want to return it. Right? So, or maybe it's, I had this person who said that she was going to sign up as a promoter in a couple weeks. I got back to her a couple weeks later and I waited a little too long. And now she signed up with somebody else or signed up in a different business or isn't interested anymore. Okay. Don't let those things happen to you. Stay proactive and make sure that you have those things in your calendar. So here's how to do it. When you're time blocking, the most important thing, guys, is what do you love? Okay. We're going to go, I got to share screen. One day, Ryan, I will figure this out. I know he's laughing right now because he's always the person who I'm like, Ryan, where do I find that? Ryan, where do I find that? I'm going to unmute you. Where do I find it, Ryan?
Share
screen. There it is. I found it.
It should be at the bottom.
Yeah, I found it. It just takes me longer. I don't know why. Oh. All right. Now I got to find you again to mute you. How do I do that?
I'll mute myself.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go to my calendar so you guys can see it. I know it's a little bit small, but you guys can see here that I use highlights. Okay. You don't have to do that. Like this would stress out Elise. I'm pretty sure Beth doesn't do this. Everyone's formula is different. The reason I highlight is because I need to be able to glance down very fast and figure out what it is that's going on. So like you guys can see that tomorrow, which is Monday, I have a big chunk in the morning that's highlighted pink. Pink is for me. That's easy for me to remember. Blue is for my boys because I've got 2 boys and a husband. Easy for me to remember. Yellow is always my team. The reason yellow is always my team is because I can fill it in. Actually, you guys can't even see this, but those areas are actually highlighted all the way in yellow, but they just didn't show up on the picture. And it's easy for me to write over it, right? And then purple usually means it's something to do with the business, but I'm not taking 3-way calls during that time. Like I'm interviewing somebody, or I'm going Facebook Live, or I'm spending time learning more on a podcast or a webinar, trying to get better at, my own business. So, and so that's how I time block my calendar. And the reason, again, that I do that, guys, is so that I can quickly glance and know exactly what chunks of times I have. But also as a leader, it allows me when my team reaches out to me and says, hey, when are you available for 3-way calls this week? I can send them this. There's nothing on here that I'm embarrassed for them to see, right? The other thing that you might see on here that I'll definitely share with you guys tonight is these little sticky notes. So this is how all of these people have started on the Thrive experience with me over the last 5 days. Whether they've all ordered, none of those are samplers. So they've all ordered Thrive experience with me, and I need to move them from day to day. So Tara and Gail both today got a text message from me, and I'll move them again to tomorrow to remind me first thing in the morning to reach out to them. Pamela's and Jennifer's products should arrive on Tuesday. That's why they're underneath Tuesday, and then I'll start moving them along. And this is something I need to fix on my accidentally signed somebody up with the wrong name. You will not even, it's hilarious. So I've got to fix that with support. So you guys can see that it's all pretty easy for me to be able to glance down and see it. So step one, stop sharing. That's what I want to do. Okay, perfect. So step one is, what are those most important things for you? Okay, yours might look very different than mine because you might work full time. So you might need to have a highlight that is highlighted in maybe purple for your work or green for your work, whatever that is for you. Okay, I use yellow for my business, okay, for my Lavelle business. Pink is for personal for me. Blue is for my boys or family. And then green, you guys couldn't really see it well, but I have on Saturday, I have green, which says reach out to the 15th auto ship, which we'll talk about in a minute. So green is usually something that has to do with me reaching out to somebody specifically. So it's a little bit different than every single week. So I put it in green so that it reminds myself. So figure out what are those most important things for your week. Take your highlighter right now and highlight those chunks out. The other thing that you'll see on mine is, I think I updated it since the last one because I did a little bit more work. But you guys will see up here how I have these 3 little check boxes. Those are what I have to check off every day. I have 3 boxes every single day. It just means 5 reach outs, 5 follow-ups, and 2 new contacts. Okay, that's how I remind myself that I'm not going to go to bed tonight unless those are done. Okay, and then the other thing is every single morning you saw I had a pink block of time. Well, tomorrow I'm going to get blood work done, but Tuesday through Saturday you'll see like just about an hour from 8 to 9 a.m. That's when I go for either a walk or I go do my workout. That is my time to take care of me and to keep myself healthy and strong. But before my kids wake up in the morning, so it's usually from 6:30 or usually 6:20 to 6:40, is when I'm doing MM on my calendar. And MM for me is Miracle Morning. Some of you know what that is, some of you don't. If you're looking for a change this year and you want to see yourself grow and you want to see yourself be able to fit in everything you want in the day, I strongly suggest going to get the book Miracle Morning for Network Marketers or listening to it. It is phenomenal. I have adjusted it for myself, and you will figure out how to do that for yourself. But if you're working full time, I say do it exactly like they say. You're just going to have to get up earlier. But for me, I woke up early for a year. I think I was doing like 5:30 to 6 Miracle Morning. And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm a network marketer. I can really wake up whenever I want, except I have kids and I got to get them to school. So I kind of moved it around for me, right? So I get up, and for the first like 20, 30 minutes that I'm up, I am doing what I call my Miracle Morning. It is reading my devotion, journaling, and then reading a couple pages out of a new book, whatever book that is for me. Okay, just gets my mind right. And then I look at my vision board and I do my affirmations, and I'm looking at my vision board. If I'm not at home, if I'm traveling, I have all of those pictures that are on my vision board in an album on my phone called affirmations. So I know I can just look through it then. And then if you guys are looking for a great book, I'm only on chapter 1, but it's been so good so far. I love it. I like books where I'm like excited to read them in the morning, because that's one thing. Like there are some amazing books out there, but sometimes they're a little bit too deep or too hard for me to read in the morning. And this one has been really good so far for me for the morning, because it's just when I'm at my best. And that's the other thing too, guys. You have to know when you're at your best. So I know that after I drop off my kids from school, I go and do a quick workout, try to do like just a 30-minute one, because I'm at my best in the morning. So by 8:30, I'm wanting to work on myself and work on my business. So my personal business comes first. So usually 8 to 8:30 is a workout, and 8:30 to 9 is my own personal business. My goal is to try to get those 5 reach outs and 5 follow-ups done then. And then the rest of the day moves on to being available for 3-way calls, being available for my team and things like that. Okay. So the other tip I want to give you is figure out the system, like I did with the sticky notes, for how you're going to make sure you are not forgetting about your reach outs and follow-ups to samplers or new customers. Okay. Because I love that new funnel that Elise made and that we're using from the We Thrive Vault. And I'm using that I've started December 1st. I started. So these are all newer people. I didn't go back to my old customers. I have that printed out, and I am going through my customer list right now. That's actually another thing that I put on my calendar every day. I'm reaching out to 10 a day because that doesn't overwhelm me. 10 free customer accounts that I have over, I think I'm almost at 600, or I am at 600 now. So I have a lot of people to go back to, guys, because I've been in business 3.5 years. So I'm going back and I'm inviting them to that awesome customer group that we have, right? But these are for anybody since December 1st that I'm talking to, because to me, that's a hot lead, right? Those are the hot leads. The people who are talking to me, they're conversing back. If any of those 10 people that I'm inviting to the customer group every day from my old customer accounts, they're getting excited in that customer group, I'm putting them on this paper. Why? Because this is the paper that I'm looking at every day as I'm going through and doing my 5 reach outs, my 5 follow-ups. And then, of course, I'm always trying to add 2 new people every day. So the other thing, too, I want to share with you guys is on Saturdays, I time block time. And especially those of you who work full-time, which we'll get to in a minute, Saturday is probably the day you need to put this on your calendar, too. Just happened to work out perfect this weekend because Saturday's the 13th. But I always try to do Saturdays for specifically reaching out for anybody who's part of the next upcoming auto ship and looking at my auto bonus reports. Okay. So auto ship is the 15th, Saturday's the 13th. So if you've never written that on your calendar before, I really suggest you write it on your calendar for either Friday. Maybe you have more time on Friday afternoons than you do on Saturday, but write it for Friday or Saturday that you're going to reach out to your 15th auto ships, reach out, see if there's anything that they need, see if they want to try a new DFT, see if they have any questions, and make sure they know that their auto ship is coming up, okay? A lot of times people don't do that. Why? Because you're scared they're going to cancel on you. You're scared they're going to want to pause or stop their auto ship, if you're being honest. But if you would just do great customer service, you would see an increase in your sales. And guys, whenever I share these things with you, it's because I've done both sides. It's one of the things about being a leader in this business for as long as I have now is that I will be doing awesome for 3 months and then I fall off the wagon and I get, busy or life happens or whatever. And I stop doing it for a while. And then I get back into forcing myself to have good customer service again. And so to be honest with you guys, at the beginning of the fall, I wasn't doing such a great job of that. Right before Thanksgiving, I decided I was going to reach out to all of my customers that have ordered with me. You can find that in your cloud office by going to My Customers. And then there's a little, it's a spreadsheet. So you just click the ones of last order and it, makes you see. And so what I did was I started writing them all notes, thanking them for being my customers and throwing, a little note in there that says, hey, if you're interested in trying out some of our Plus Line products, I'd love to send them to you. Let me know. And I think I put one Thrive Cafe in everybody's. Well, I had a lot of people reach back out to me, and that made me realize I had not been doing a great job with customer service. So now I'm making sure before auto ships, I'm reaching out. I've had a few people who have upgraded their orders. They've changed to Duo. I've had a few people who've added Boost in because we talk about how Boost is so great for their immune systems during this time of year. We've added in Activate because a lot of people are tired during the winter. So it's really been a positive thing for me. So I highly recommend you put that on your calendar for Friday or Saturday that you're going to reach out to all of your auto ship customers coming up. And that if you have anybody in your team that's an auto bonus earner, put on there to remind yourself to check in with your auto bonus earners. Here's why. It's mid-month at that point. It's the 13th. It's almost halfway through the month. They should be almost at 12K. And if they're not, then you need to be reaching out and saying, hey, how's it going? What's going on? Who do you have in VIP? Who can we help right now? If they are getting close to 12K and they're almost at 12K, then they need to be thinking about going to 40K. Maybe nobody even did that for them. Maybe they're on your second or third line and nobody encouraged them to go for 40K. That's where they should be heading, okay? So that's why looking at your reports is so important because sometimes people just need to know what's happening next, right? Now let's talk about, and also you guys, those of you that, were really checking out my calendar, because I know some of you were, you'll see that I have a life, okay? I love my life. I love my friends, right? I know Ryan's cracking up. I love my friends. I love my team. I love being with people. It's why I enjoy this business. So Friday night, for example, I'm going out with my friends and that's on my calendar and that's okay because I'm making sure that there's time in my calendar to, be there for my team. So Saturday, usually I'm not as available all day long, but I have a bigger chunk of time on Saturday so that if anybody asks me for Friday afternoon, Friday evening, I just say to them, no, but here's the times that I have on Saturday. Do any of these work? Okay. So it's not just not working. It's just maybe changing up the times, right? The other thing too is being aware of your vision board and making sure that your calendar lines up with your vision board. One of the things that I put on my vision board for my family was I needed to spend time with my mom and my dad, who live literally just 30 minutes away, but I'm so bad about it. Kelly Hoover and I were just talking about this like a month ago, and I am determined in 2018 to be better at this. And so you'll see on my calendar that I'm meeting my mom for breakfast on Thursday, and I allotted 2 hours for her. She might only want to talk to me for an hour because I'm sure I drive her crazy, but I allotted 2 hours for her. So if she wants it, she gets it. And so it's on my calendar. It's going to get done. You'll even see, you might not see, but I have a couple times on here that are allotted for my husband, because we make sure that we meet up with each other a couple times during the week, even if it's just for a quick lunch or for a quick walk, because our relationship is important to each other. And spending time with my family, I have dinner marked out so that I don't take calls during that time, things like that. Okay. So one of the other things I want to talk about tonight is for those of you that work full time. I know there's a lot of you that work. Oh, Jen Yuri is so funny. She's like, and your gym time with me should be on there for Tuesday. I haven't checked my calendar, but I think Tuesday is good, actually, Jen. I'll get to you tonight. So you guys, one of the biggest things I want to say to you is if you work full time, you can still do this business. I can tell you that the people that I've seen run the fastest while working full time and having huge success have been the ones that have set themselves up for success. They've set themselves up with a plan to meet their goal. And what I mean by that is, and you guys probably laugh because I use like the same people as examples all the time, but it's because I've seen so many other people take what they did and use it and end up having success too. So Julie Walker is one that I use her story all the time, because mom of 4 kids, when she joined me, I think 7 years old was the oldest of her four kids. 7 was the oldest. 2nd grade teacher of my son at the time at a very demanding private school. And her husband works really long hours. And she's like, I don't know how I'm going to fit this in, but I'm going to do it. I want VIP 800. I want VIP 1600. I want that iPad bonus. And I definitely want car bonus. She hit car bonus 4 months later, guys. She's kept car bonus for the last 3 years of this business. And here's why. And listen, she'll be the first to say she falls off this routine sometimes and she sees the results in her business. And when she sticks to that routine, she sees the results in her business, right? So what she has found is if she wakes up before everybody else in the house, checks her messages, reaches out, follows up, then what she finds out is that then later she can put on her calendar during her lunch break at school, she can check and follow up really quickly with people. She can connect them with her upline leaders if she needs to while she's at work and say, hey, I actually can't talk to you, but let me see if Blair's available. I'm going to put you two in a message together and see if she can talk right now while I can't. She checks her messages again before she leaves school for the day, before she gets home to be mommy and can't look at them again. And then she goes home. She's mom. Sometimes she has to even tutor after school. She's mom. She's hanging out with her kids. She's getting them ready for the night. And then when they go to bed, there are certain nights a week that she works her business again. Okay, does she work her business every single night, Monday through Friday? No, because she wants to also have a marriage that lasts, okay? So for those of you that are married or you have a partner, this is why a lot of times they end up not loving this business, is because you completely ignore them, okay? It's my service announcement for the night. PSA, people, your public service announcement. Do not ignore your spouse, your partner, your roommate, okay, whatever you want to call that person that you live with, that you coexist with. If you want to just coexist, fine. But if you want to have a great relationship, I guarantee you need to at least put 2 nights a week on that calendar. You're going to hang out with that person without your phone like this, okay? So maybe you're going to work your business Monday and Tuesday night, but you're going to take Wednesday off. Then you're going to work your business again Thursday, Friday, and, Thursday, and you're going to hang out with your family Friday night. And, you figure it out. And then Julie, the other thing that she did was she worked for a good 90-minute chunk on Saturday, catching up on calls that she had missed that were recorded because she needed to be plugged in. She knew she needed to be plugged in, and following up with her team. And then she was available on Saturdays for 3-way calls. Unless she was at a birthday party or doing something, she was generally doing a lot of 3-way calls, especially on her way to 12K. So make sure that that's all planned out on your calendar, guys. Now, when I say, take a night off, I don't mean that you don't let your team know. So if you have a team and you're choosing, let's say Wednesday night, you're going to, go to dinner with your husband, you're going to hang out with your kids, you're not going to have your phone, you still have to check it before you go to bed. You got to check in with people, but let people know like, hey, I'm not going to be available on Wednesday night. I'm going to go hang out with my family, but Blair's available from this time to this time. So get in touch with her if you need her. I'll be back available tomorrow. Let me know if anybody wants a 3-way call. All right. That's the way to do it. So you're just not completely checked out. And then that just made me realize too, do you have our Thrive Experience calls on your calendar? So even if you work full time and you're putting down that you're going to do these things super early in the morning before everybody else, you're going to check in again during lunch break, you're going to check in before you leave work, and then after your kids go to bed, if you have kids, that's awesome. But then that doesn't leave you a ton of time to connect and to plug into corporate calls or team calls. So a little trick that I did was I always had them on my calendar, right? We know Monday night is a Thrive Experience call, or we know Monday night is the VIP Fast Start call from Lavelle at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Tuesday and Thursday are always the Thrive Experience calls, 9 p.m. Eastern as well through Lavelle. And then there's also amazing team calls, things like that. So what I did was I would, if it was a night where nobody booked me for a call, then I would dial into those. Okay. Instead of giving myself the night off and being like, hey, nobody booked me for a 3-way call tonight, so I'm just going to go watch TV. Instead, I would plug into the calls that were being, advertised, that were out there. But if you miss a call and you hear people talking about it, like guys, if you were going to go back and listen to one call from last week, I thought the Moria Sheila call was awesome. And not to toot my own horn and Beth's horn, but I thought our call was pretty awesome. Beth's ideas about the penny and nickel blew me away. So easy for you to understand. So go listen to one of those calls from last week. You can always listen to the recorded calls. But also, how about take initiative and put on your calendar for one night this week that you're going to lead a call. You're going to lead a Thrive Experience call with 2 other people who you think have an amazing Thrive Experience story. Or step out of your comfort zone and do a Thrive Experience Facebook Live with them, because you can invite them in, right? A lot of you guys have been watching those. A lot of you guys have been wanting to do those. I don't know what's holding you back. Nothing should. All you're simply doing is sharing what is Thrive. And 3 people share their stories, tell them how they can get it for free, tell them about the bonuses that they can earn in the first 2 weeks, wrap it up and close it down. That's it, guys. Make it simple and easy so that other people can duplicate. So I challenge all of you to put something on your calendar this week that stretches you. Maybe it's a Thrive Experience call. Maybe it's a Thrive Experience Facebook Live. Maybe you're just interviewing one person because you're super nervous about doing it. Then just interview one person Facebook Live about their Thrive Experience and your Thrive Experience, okay? It is January. People are looking for a change. You could be just the thing that they happen to be scrolling through Facebook and see and decide that this is the time that they want to make a change in their life, okay? Thanks, Pamela. She posted that it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. You guys should have that phone number saved in your phone for the Lavelle corporate calls. I always have that phone number just automatically saved in my phone. And that way I don't have to ever worry about what that phone number is. So it's already saved in my phone. I just hit it at 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, or Thursday nights if I don't already have calls going on or things going on. So guys, I would love to answer your questions. I know I did a lot of that really fast, but tonight was really just about blocking out the calendar and then being able to look down and see what are those things that you're doing. What are the daily actions that you need to have on your calendar, and when are you going to do them? Is it before work in the morning? If this is your full-time business, maybe you're going to do it first thing in the morning. When are you your best? Some people are their best in the afternoon. So if you can do it in the afternoon, that's fine. I don't think it matters, but you have to figure out when are you going to do it, and it's a non-negotiable. So it is something that you do before you go to bed at night. The other thing is, making sure that when you close down every night, you go through your calendar and make sure you did everything that you said you were going to do for the day. I actually even cross off my days. I don't know, it just makes me feel good. Like, okay, this day's complete. Anything I didn't get to do that day and I missed, I make sure I move to the following day and put it in a time slot, not just put it on a to-do list, okay? A to-do list can cripple you guys, okay? I am a sticky note fanatic. We have them all over our house, but as soon as we write the things that need to get done, I then go to my calendar and I put it on a time slot. Why? Because if it's not in the calendar, it just keeps moving from day to day, right? So make sure that you have all those things scheduled, and at the end of the day that you're checking to make sure everything got done, X that day out and move on to the next. Okay? Celebrate the wins and let go of the losses, right? And move on to the next day. All right? So make sure that your week shows the things that are important to you, blocking off for those things, blocking off for your business, because if you want to achieve anything this year, whether it's getting to iPad bonus, getting to auto bonus, getting to 40K, going on that next trip, being at, being in Dallas, being able to, whatever, pay off debt, whatever those things are, they're all going to happen because you took the time to work your business. So make sure that's on there. And then make sure that you are plugging in, that you're getting on some of those calls every week or hosting a call every week yourself even, and making sure that you have it on there. I'll share the number too before we hang up, Pamela, for the corporate calls too. Or if anybody else knows it off the top of your head, you could put it in there. I don't know it off the top of my head because it's in my phone. I think it's like, I'm not even going to try to guess. So make sure time blocking, daily activities, plugging into calls or lives, and then making sure for this week that either Friday or Saturday you have on your calendar, check in with your auto bonus for the 15th, not auto bonus, your auto ships for the 15th. And then if you have auto bonus earners, check in with them and see where they're at. Now, last but not least, we're going to get more into the nitty gritty next week about this. But those of you who are leaders, that means you have one person or more on your team, okay? I want you to put on your calendar. I like to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but you could do whatever 3 days you want this week, that you're going to be checking your VIP reports and following up with those people. Okay, it is not, I know a lot of times when you're new and you're a new leader, you're thinking like, oh, that's weird. I don't want to check in on those people. Remember, you only see lines 1 through 4 on your VIP report. And you might be like, oh, that person's on line 4. I don't know her. They didn't introduce me to her yet. That's weird for me to reach out. No, it's not. We are a layered leadership company. We are all here to help those people. So reach out and say, hey, my name's Blair. I just wanted to reach out to you and say welcome. I saw that you're part of our team. I'm so excited to get to know you. And if you need anything, I'm here to help. How are you doing working towards your VIP? I noticed that you already have 2 customers and a promoter. You only need 1 more promoter and this much money. And you are going to be sitting pretty with your bank account, at least $500 more in the bank account next week. How can I help you achieve this? And I usually CC whoever their leader is to that if I know, if I have all that information. Or if I can't find that person's information, I'll just ask that leader, hey, I noticed you have a great new person in VIP. I'd love to reach out to them personally and let them know I'm available as well. You want to put us in a 3-way message. Okay? Any questions, guys? I'll wait to see if anybody has questions. So while I'm waiting to see if anybody has questions, I'm going to be posting that time blocking. One of the other things that you'll see on my time blocking sheet that I have is that I love to put when I'm going to be checking social media and what social media things I'll be doing. So for me right now, I'm just focused on Facebook and Instagram. You might just be focused on Facebook, whatever it is for you. I can only handle 2 things at a time. So I stopped doing Twitter and other things. So I'm doing Facebook and Instagram. And it reminds me to do those 2 times a day. I only do it 2 times a day. I used to do it 3, but Facebook keeps changing on me. So I'm only doing it 2 now, thank goodness, because it's not my favorite thing to do in the world. And so I usually make myself do 2 or 3 Facebook Lives a week. That's one of my goals for 2018, and making sure that I get on there, okay? So make sure, guys, that you're putting on there when you're going to check it so you don't just end up getting on Facebook and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, right? And I know you guys have heard Beth Graves share this a million times. I'm going to share it one more time because it has literally transformed, I think, personally. I think it's why I've had such great results with the customer group and gotten so many amazing new customers in the month of January, is because I do that 10 by 10 that Beth taught me. I spend 10 minutes before I post, just 2 times a day. I spend 10 minutes looking at the people who I know are my 10 for the week. I do, 10 people a week I'm really focused on because I want them to order with me. Or maybe it's even current customers that are new with me. I have a couple new customers, but I'm still posting and commenting because I want their friends to see what I'm doing. So I go in for 10 minutes, I comment, I make funny emojis, I ask questions, I get active with those people before I do my post, before I do my live, okay? So that's been really huge for me in getting people to see more of what I'm doing and be more engaged. And then on top of that, if I go Facebook Live or I do a post that has a lot of comments, a lot of people commenting, I'll go back and ask questions. Don't just comment. Don't just put a picture of an emoji, but go back and do a question, okay? Because when they answer, then Facebook's like, oh, they're friends. They like each other. They're going back and forth. So it's super important that you make sure you ask questions and that they answer it, okay, which most people will. So if somebody commented underneath that, yesterday I did a live, somebody commented underneath and said, like, it seems like God always directs me to you at just the right time. I said, wow, that's such a nice compliment. Thanks so much. What did you get out of today? What do you think he was trying to make you see today? And I tagged her. So then she immediately responded. So just gets conversations going back and forth. Okay. So if you're all the team pages that I'm on, you'll be seeing that sheet I'll be sharing with you on time blocking. Second thing is, if you are on Team Thrive for Freedom, I'm going to go post in there right now. And if you share a picture of your calendar within the next 24 hours, so let's see, that means by tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m., then you will be entered to win a fun contest. I think I'm going to give away this book because I'm really loving it. It's been awesome. Relentless. I see you trying to look at it, Ryan. For some reason, you're on my main screen. It's really good. And if you like sports, you'll really love it. Like, I'm always intrigued by true stories. And I'm really intrigued by like athletes and soldiers and people that do things that I would never do, but like they're just like laser focused, right? They're so laser focused on what they need to get done and how to do it that it just blows me away. And I'm like, I want that. I want that like laser focus where I'm so focused in on what they're doing. And so From Good to Great to Unstoppable is what this book is all about. It's called Relentless by Tim S. Grover. And then let's see, Robin asked, where is my Thrive Vault? So log into your Cloud Office, guys, and under Leader Updates. So you know you have updates, you have the company updates, you have leader updates. Underneath leader updates, you will see from Elise Leininger, We Thrive Vault. Okay, I think it's the second leader update down. The first one is something about a 200K. And then the next one is the We Thrive Vault. Oh, and there's the number for the corporate calls, 641-715-3660. You sure that's right? I think that's the recorded call, honey. Oh, no. I don't think that's right. However, it has been a long time. Let me just double check. Yep, that's right. I was thinking of the recorded call. I'm the one that messed up. Sorry about that. It was 641-715-3660. And then, of course, the dial-in number code is 137907#. All right, guys. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there are things that you are hoping that I was going to hit on that I didn't hit on. They might be coming next week, but I always love knowing what you need and what exactly you're hoping to get out of these. So please feel free to send me a Facebook message. Please feel free to post underneath our picture of the calendar in our team page, or if you're not on my team page, feel free to shoot me a message and let me know. And just tell me like, hey, this is what, I was really hoping that you would talk about. And that way I know that, we're hitting the things that are important to you guys and being able to do that. All right. I'm going to take a quick picture too. Do you guys have any other questions? No other questions, guys? All right. And don't forget, we have that awesome vision board contest that's going on right now too. So you can make sure you go post your picture of your vision board in our team page, Team Thrive for Freedom. That's going till Monday night. And can't wait to see y'all's vision boards. Now you just got to take that vision, that goal, and put it into a plan, right? So I'm going to leave you guys with one last quote because I love quotes. This one's awesome. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Benjamin Franklin. Isn't that a good one? So by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Such a good one. So I cannot wait to see how you guys just blow it up this week. And I can't wait to hear some feedback from you guys. And have a great week and make it a great week for others. Bye, guys.